Hello, this is a little tutorial for the pronunciation for classroom directions related to our Spanish elective class. You should have a handout or have taken some notes regarding this content, and I just wanted to give you some help with the pronunciation of the items that you are expected to know. So in the columns, you'll see you've got the Spanish here in the first column, the Spanish content, and then in your second column, you have the English translation. For many people, being able to associate new content with an action helps their brain to kind of hang on to that information. And so the action that might go along with that particular Spanish content is in your third column, and that might be useful to you. So here for number 1, we have silencio por favor. Silencio por favor. And it means silence, please. You'll notice that silence and silencio look very similar. They are called cognates. A cognate is words in two languages that look similar and sound similar and in fact have the same meaning. So silencio and silence are cognates. An easy action to go along with silence, kind of the universal signal, if you will, for quiet, is to put one finger on your lips like this. So if that action helps you to remember silencio por favor, hopefully that will be helpful to you. The second item on the list is dame cinco. Dame cinco. And that means give me 5. For quiet, you might remember from your elementary school days where the teacher would say, you know, give me 5 and kind of count down as you go, and things needed to be quiet by the time she got to 1. And so we put our right hand up with our 5 fingers, dame cinco, give me 5. And that's for quiet, just to help settle things down so that the teacher can give clarification or give further instructions. And that's an easy one, right hand up, fingers in a 5 for dame cinco. Now you'll notice here, if we were looking at that as English speakers, we would more than likely pronounce that word dame, because in English we have a silent E. We don't have silent E's in Spanish. So it's dame cinco, give me 5, and that's for quiet. Number 3 here is escuchen bien. Escuchen bien. Escuchen bien means to listen well. To listen well, and an easy way to do that as far as hearing and listening well, maybe cup your hand around your ear is the action to help you remember that. Let's see if I can help you guys see a little more of this. There we go. Number 4 is siéntense. Siéntense. Siéntense means to sit down. To sit down. So an easy way to do that is simply to take a seat. That's the action that you can do with that, is just simply take a seat. If a teacher's giving you instructions, they might, move their hands down, like in this motion, to help remind you that you're taking a seat, you're sitting down. Siéntense means to sit down. The opposite of that is number 5, and that's levántense. Levántense means to stand up. All right, and again, an easy action for that is simply to stand up. Your teacher might raise your hands up in the air to help you remember that you're raising your body up, you're standing up. Number 6 is miran aquí. Miran aquí. And miran aquí means to look here. Look here. An easy way to do that is simply to point to your eyes. Sometimes people like to do this. Other people do that crazy thing where they flip their hands up. I can't do that. But whatever it does, whatever action kind of helps you remember to look here, to point to your eyes. I've also had students who say that the word miran reminds them of the word mirror, and you look into a mirror to see your reflection. So if that's helpful to you in remembering that as well, you can certainly use that as well. So miran aquí means look here. Number 7 is levanten la mano. Levanten la mano. And that means to raise your hand. We simply would put our left hand up in the air, raise your hand, left hand, fingers together for the action. Levanten la mano. Number 8 is a phrase you probably are going to hear often, and that is repitan después de mí. Repitan después de mí. And that means repeat after me. So an easy way to practice that is simply to repeat the phrase out loud, because that is the action that you're doing, is to repeat the phrase that you're hearing from your teacher. Number 9 is abran sus cuadernos. Abran sus cuadernos. And abran sus cuadernos, means to open your notebooks. Open your notebooks. So for this action, your hands would form like a book, okay? And you just simply open and close it. Abran sus cuadernos. Open your notebooks, okay? 10 and 12 are both questions. Listos? You're asking or being asked, are you ready? Listos is ready. It can have different meanings in different contexts. In this context, it means ready, as in, are you ready? And if you are ready, which hopefully you are, you can just give a thumbs up that you are indeed ready to go. Number 11, practican en parejas. Practican en parejas means to practice in pairs. Practice in pairs. And so the action that we have developed over the years is fingertips to thumbs, like two people chatting. Because in this class, when you practican en parejas, you're practicing your Spanish language. So they're just talking to each other. Number 12 is preguntas, a question again, and simply being asked, do you have questions? Preguntas, that's the word for preguntar, is to question. And so we're asking, do you have questions? And here, when you have questions, you're kind of confused. Sometimes you kind of shrug like this. So that's our action, as we shrug our shoulders because we have questions because we're kind of confused. Okay? So those are your 12. I'll run through them really quick for your pronunciation again. Silencio, por favor. Dame 5. Escuchen bien. Siéntense. Levántense. Miran aquí. Levanten la mano. Repitan después de mí. Abran sus cuadernos. ¿Listos? Practican en parejas. Preguntas. And you're good. These are important instructions and directions to be familiar with in our class. And those are instructions and directions that you should hear often. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, let me know.